You've finished your degree, secured your Stamp 1G work visa, and you're entering the job market. Right now, there is a clear divide. Half of all professionals refuse roles without hybrid options, while a growing number of companies are enforcing strict return-to-office mandates. If you accept a 5-day-a-week in-office role, you are forced to compete for housing in Dublin's highly congested, high-cost inner-city rental zones. The math on a graduate salary in central Dublin is brutally tight. Moving out to commuter belt towns like Kildare or Meath dramatically lowers your rent. But that geographical distance is only sustainable if you can secure a flexible working arrangement. Most international graduates freeze at this point. Because you are relying on an employer to eventually sponsor your critical skills employment permit, asking for flexibility feels like risking your entire future in Ireland. So you accept whatever's offered. Accepting terms out of fear puts your financial stability at risk. Assuming you have no negotiating power is a mistake, and securing a hybrid setup does not require you to sacrifice your visa sponsorship pathway. To get the working conditions you need, you have to stop asking for flexibility as a personal favor and start presenting it as a calculated business advantage. We call this the leverage matrix. In 2026, 96% of Irish employers are reporting acute skill shortages. They are aggressively competing to fill specialized roles in data, engineering, and finance. Because that deficit is so severe, an employer's immediate need for your Level 9 or Level 10 academic qualifications easily outweighs their preference for seeing you at a desk 5 days a week. Recognizing that demand gives you leverage. Using it strategically allows you to protect your cost of living while keeping your sponsorship timeline perfectly intact. Before you negotiate, you need to know the strict legal boundaries of your visa. This map illustrates the absolute geographic limit of the Stamp 1G. Your physical work address and tax residency must remain inside the Republic of Ireland. Working remotely from your home country or traveling Europe as a digital nomad will instantly void your immigration permission. Corporate HR departments are hyper-vigilant about cross-border tax liabilities. The moment an applicant hints at working outside the state, internal compliance alarms trigger and the job offer is pulled. If you stay within Ireland, the law is actually on your side. This infographic outlines the Work-Life Balance Act 2023, which gives Stamp 1G holders the exact same statutory right to request remote work as Irish citizens. In 2026, 94% of those requests were approved. But citing employment law during an interview makes you sound adversarial. To win the negotiation, you have to prove your operational value before you ever mention the word hybrid. Phase 1 is the interview. Do not ask about remote work. Spend the entire first round proving your specialized skills, your project autonomy, and your ability to deliver high-quality work without supervision. Phase 2 happens at the verbal offer stage. This is when you introduce your hybrid request. Frame it entirely around output. Explain that a distraction-free home setup is where you execute your deepest analytical work. Match your request to their existing corporate framework. If they standardly offer a 3-2 split, ask for a 3-2 split. Pushing for a unique exemption creates administrative friction. If a hiring manager pushes back, claiming graduates need full-time office onboarding, agree with them. Commit to 5 days a week during your initial training phase, but set a timeline to transition into a standard hybrid pattern once you are fully autonomous. Phase 3 is the contract. A verbal promise of flexibility vanishes the second you get a new manager. You must ensure the agreed-upon location split is explicitly written into your final employment contract. By sequencing the conversation this way, you remove the perception that flexibility is a student perk. It becomes an operational framework designed to maximize the company's return on their investment in you. This matrix compares working models against visa compliance and housing costs. Fully on-site and remote options carry opposing risks. Remote work destroys sponsorship visibility. Absent managers rarely champion critical skills permits. Hybrid bridges this gap, cutting commute costs while keeping you present to build relationships for sponsorship. Choosing a hybrid setup is a calculated survival strategy that protects your bank balance today and your immigration pathway tomorrow. Verify these 5 clauses before signing an Irish contract. First, the location clause reflects your hybrid setup. Second, you're on Irish payroll, paying local tax. Third, core hours align with Irish time zones. Fourth, data security protocols are outlined. Finally, your title and salary meet critical skills permit thresholds. Treating flexibility as a structural business requirement, secured through a rigorous process, takes the anxiety out of the job hunt and sets up an ironclad career foundation in Ireland. If this guide helped you plan your next career move, hit the like button and subscribe. Then head over to myflightoffers.com to use the low-fare calendar for your next trip, and check out our detailed survival guides for international students in Ireland.